Y'all, there is a controversial tape involving Pimp C and Beyonce just leaked, and honey, it has the entire industry shook. But here's what's really got everyone talking. There are whispers that this tape might be connected to Pimp C's mysterious death back in 2007. The tape supposedly contains some seriously sensitive material that could have major consequences for Queen Bey, especially with all this Diddy drama going on right now. And let me tell you, it's apparently way worse than anyone could have imagined. But the real questions on everyone's mind are, why did Beyonce even make a tape with Pimp C in the first place? And did Jay-Z allegedly set Pimp C up to protect his investment in Beyonce because Pimp C was threatening to expose their alleged affair? Let's break this down, because child, it is a lot. So if you're wondering why this tape is such a huge deal, it's because this newly recovered footage supposedly shows the two in an intimate situation. And industry insiders are saying it's way more scandalous than expected. Like, we're talking potential career-ending material that could absolutely demolish both Beyonce and Jay-Z's public image. Now, here's the tea on how we figured out Beyonce might be the woman on the tape. Sources close to the situation spilled that the footage features an R&B singer who's even more recognizable than Kim Kardashian. And let's be real, love her or hate her, Kim K is one of the most famous people in the industry. There are only a handful of people more famous than she is, and we all know who tops that list. But hold on to your wigs because there's more. Apparently, before his death, Pimp C allegedly threatened to release the tape, which has people thinking there might have been some blackmail involved. And this, darlings, could have led to Pimp C's suspicious. The existence of this tape has also sparked wild rumors about Jay-Z's alleged attempts to keep it hidden. Some sources are claiming that Jay-Z and Jay Prince were working overtime trying to get that tape back from Pimp C. And honey, this alleged involvement is giving major cover-up vibes, with industry players doing everything to protect their image and interests. For those who don't know the tea, the relationship between Pimp C and Jay-Z was already messy. Sure, they collaborated on Big Pimpin', but chilly, there was so much tension underneath that surface. This alleged tape and everything surrounding it has people side-eyeing their whole relationship even harder. But wait, because this isn't just about the tape. There's a whole other layer to this story. Pimp C was constantly trying to expose the powers that be in the industry, which has led to all sorts of speculation about whether there was more to his passing than what we were told. He was seriously vocal about the dark side of the business and claimed to have receipts on major industry figures. Pimp C was one of the few who had the courage to speak up about all the problems in the music industry. He was always talking about dirty dealings and corruption, saying he had proof of misconduct involving some very big names. Before his death, he was dropping hints about having some seriously damaging information about several high-profile artists. Of course, all this truth-telling started getting attention, and wouldn't you know it, it made him some powerful enemies. In his interviews, Pimp C wasn't holding back about how the industry treats artists, especially pointing out how people who challenge the system often face serious consequences. Fast forward to now, and everything he warned us about lines up perfectly with all these rumors about exploitation and manipulation, especially when it comes to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Even after his passing, these rumors just won't die. Pimp C painted a picture of an industry where powerful players could silence anyone who threatened to expose their secrets. This alleged tape, it's basically backing up everything Pimp C was trying to tell us. It suggests he might have had even more dirt than we thought. His determination to expose industry secrets makes so much more sense now, but it also raises some seriously dark questions about whether his mission to reveal the truth played a role in his death. And speaking of his passing, Chile, let me tell you about December 4th, 2007. The music world was shook when Pimp C was found in his hotel room after missing his flight back to Texas. They tried to tell us it was just an accidental overdose from codeine syrup and sleep apnea complications, but honey, the people close to him aren't buying it.
And he went in there and saw Pimp C body. Pimp C was still in there. He said Pimp C was like he was laying down like he was praying. And but it was blood all over the bed, like he threw it up, but they thought he had been shot in the head. You know, they didn't know what the hell happened because there was blood all over the bed, but he was kneeled down like he had been praying. And the candles had been burnt all the way down. So they knew he had probably been dead for like a day or something because he always lit these candles to help him sleep.
DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia described the scene, and it is disturbing. He said Pimp C was found lying like he was praying, with blood all over the bed. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound anything like a simple overdose. Pimp C's mother, Mama Weslin, wasn't buying it either. She believed someone else was in that room with her son and that he was poisoned. She felt like that coroner's report was missing some crucial evidence to support their overdose story. According to journalist Julia Beverly, who talked to his mom, she was convinced Pimp C had been unalived and it was all set up to look like an OD.
His mom thinks he was poisoned, and there was someone with him when he passed who was a very shady, strange character. So there was actually a person of interest, according to his mother, that she believed had something.
Even Too Short, who was working with Pimp C right before everything went down, is suspicious. He said the whole thing seemed off, especially because it reeked of a high-level cover-up. And here's what's really interesting. The timing of Pimp C's death lined up perfectly with his threats to expose industry secrets, including that alleged tape with Beyonce. Despite all the controversy and unanswered questions, they haven't reopened the investigation into Pimp C's death. The official ruling still stands, but Chile, the theories and doubts just keep coming. There's just too much that doesn't add up. The conflicting stories, the suspicious details, all this industry politics. It's kept this case hot even years after Pimp C's passing. And if there's one thing you can count on, it's the internet connecting those dots until everything makes sense. The plot around Pimp C's death has people looking hard at Jay-Z and Jay Prince's possible involvement. Some are saying these industry figures worked together to get their hands on that incriminating tape from Pimp C. And let's be real, if there are two celebs who always seem to be caught up in something shady, it's these two. At some point, you really have to wonder what's really going on. And if you're curious about why Jay-Z's name keeps coming up in this mess, it all comes back to Beyonce and that tape. If you've been following the drama, you already know there have been rumors forever about Jay-Z allegedly controlling Beyonce's career since she was just starting out. With all the talk about how possessive Jay-Z is, fans are convinced the absolute last thing he'd want is a tape leaking that could undo years of careful planning and that perfectly crafted public image he spent so long building. It's no surprise that Jay-Z and Beyonce's industry influence got them tangled up in these conspiracy theories. People say they've got major control over Hollywood and the music business, which has some folks thinking they might have played a role in silencing Pimp C. Even more suspicious, there are claims that nobody really investigated the evidence of foul play properly. When you add in all these rumors about Jay-Z and his bestie Diddy allegedly unaliving people and making it look like something else, well, it just makes Pimp C's death look even more suspicious. But y'all, I need to hear what you think about all this. Drop your thoughts below and don't go anywhere because our next video is going to blow your mind.